Hey kids, you trying to get into Segment City? Well, you really shouldn't, because Segment City is a mature podcast, and listener discretion is advised. I'm just trying to look at... I know I'm in an alleyway. I know how I look, but I got some fireworks for you kids. I got snakes and I got sparklers. That's all I got. Oh, don't give me that.
Do you ever just get little, like, TikTok little things stuck in your head? Like, you know how it's always just, like, a little 1-minute clip, and sometimes it'll go on repeat, and it'll just get lodged into your brain, just a little snippet of something.
You know, I don't have that happen to me, but it is frequent with early 2000s cereal commercials.
Okay. This is...
You want to talk about a Reese's Puff commercial that stuck in my head? My man, I'm right here for you.
There's multiple things like that because now that we're getting into springtime, the very problematic song from the producers, "Springtime for Hitler and Germany."
Oh, that's
stuck in my head because
you can't go around singing that.
No, you can't sing that. But anytime anyone says the term springtime, I think for Hitler and Germany. Like,
wow, I love the fresh air in the springtime.
I mean, that's a great movie, but I was thinking more. There's a TikTok sound that is Count Orlok from Nosferatu, and it's just a guy who's dressed up in like white paint. Like I think the original, it's so close up to his face, and he just goes, "You must bounce on it, crazy style."
That is such a good voice to make say stupid shit. It's really good,
especially with the sexual stuff, because it's like it works in the terms of the movie because it's a super sexual movie. But it's being crazy style.
Back that shit up.
Yes, twerk for me. Bounce that booty, girl. I love it.
That over here.
Get down on the dance floor.
Make that butt bounce for me. That's very good. I like that a lot.
Get those titties out. Like, just homosexual weird shit.
I would love it if I mean, that's basically, I was going to suggest I would love to hear him say completely mundane things, but that's basically what we do in the shadows was. Who's going to empty the dishwasher?
What do you mean I need to fill the tank before returning the rental car?
How about I drain your tank of blood?
Sir, it's corporate policy.
Oh, sir, you're not allowed back here. Oh, you're biting me? You're not allowed to bite me,
I
sir.
can fly. I will fly next time. Do you have a pickup truck that can fit a coffin?
This Hyundai Elantra does not fit my baggage.
Toyota Corolla.
It is truck month at Toyota.
We must get back so that I can enjoy Discovery Channel's Shark Week. I relate a little too hard.
I wish someone would chum the waters for me.
Somebody that I killed said I had rees. What is that skippity toilet?
Oh my gosh.
Okay, we could keep going with this bit for honestly.
We could do it forever.
We could do it.
Oh, that's very good. A lot of mileage out of this Nosferatu movie we're getting. That's pretty good. I'm glad I saw it. Before you invited me, I wasn't going to see that movie, but here we are goofing about it. That's worth the price of admission.
Yeah, I like that movie a lot. There's not a lot of movies that are coming out soon that I'm really interested in, but that one, I mean, it came out a while ago, but that's fine. But let's introduce ourselves. I'm the reanimated corpse of Will Kane walking around with a droopy mustache.
Oh, and I'm Theo Sapakos, and I'm just going to keep mentioning Truck Month this episode. Get ready for it.
Truck Month. And this is a podcast in which Theo and I, we dumpster dive our way through the internet. We get those good comedy morsels and we package them into segments for you. And we're going to start with a Will's Stupid Thought, as we usually do. Theo, if you and I were in a horror movie or a war movie, I have a feeling that I would die first.
Why? Ooh, interesting. I've long said, and I stand by this, that you don't want me around in the zombie apocalypse. I would not be useful. The power goes out, I'm toast. Is it?
What is that?
I'm actually becoming a little more useful in recent times because I'm learning to garden, and that's probably something. Like that's not nothing. Skill. That's a pretty good skill. But until I picked that up, I was like literally just like, yeah, I know how to do things when the power is on, but the power goes out. What do you mean around for?
I thought about that because my mind will wander into random things, and one of those will be, what do I do in the zombie apocalypse? And as you are indicating, we are both programmers and do not have practical skills.
Right. I look at my friends who are like mechanical engineers, and I'm like, they would survive.
They
have the skills.
The only I could see if I had some books, if I had a library, then I think I could learn how to survive. But right now, I don't really have a reason. So you see the first zombie,
and you're like, "That's it. I'm going to the library.
We're going to the library.
We're going to the library. Those become valuable real fast."
I mean, if there's a like nuclear apocalypse, I'm done. That's something that I'm. There's multiple
run towards the blast. That's right.
Yeah, and we live in a city, so it's like we're likely to get. But there's, have you ever seen or heard 1918, which is the World War I movie where it's like two guys and they basically have to run. It's like a kind of a semi-long shot. Like it's supposed to be like covering their entire journey across Dunkirk. Post Dunkirk. But it was, it follows the two soldier British guys. And one of them, I'm like, he kind of looks like me. He kind of has my vibe of a little bit like boyish, and then of course he dies. Like spoilers for that movie, one of them dies. But like, of course, one of us. It's a war movie. Somebody's gonna
die. It's just it's gonna happen.
But out of the two of us, I feel like I'm a little bit more fresh face. I don't know how to like a little bit.
So what you're doing right now is you're casting us into the movie, and you're saying that if you were the casting director, you would choose yourself to die over me.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I think that's, I think in the terms of movies, I think I would die first.
Do you think if both you and I shaved, you'd look younger than me? I feel like I'd look younger than you. Really?
Well, Annie, multiple times recently, she's been like, you used to be so baby-faced. Like she was looking at old photos and she's like, you were so baby-faced. It was to the point that she was like getting insulting with it, where she was like, nobody wanted you except for me at that point, you know.
I stepped in when no one else would.
Yeah, she does talk about me like I'm an investment. She put a down payment real early. And, she's like, it's going well now. We're getting good dividends at this point.
Right. But she's like, this compounding interest is about to go crazy on this investment.
this boy's doing some good. But I feel like you also, I don't know, you have a slightly more protagonist air to you than I think I do. I think because whenever I cast myself in these types of movies, I'm always comic relief, and comic relief does not last.
All I gotta say to you, Will, is how many leading roles has Ben Schwartz landed? Because he and I are the same man.
That's true. Tall, lanky.
He's got a body built for voicing Sonic. That's where we are. Yeah. All right.
But also just based on physiology, I think the bullets would whiz past you, whereas they're lodging themselves in my wide sternum. You know,
right.
I think I would get hit with bullets more likely.
I do think in a survival scenario, if the group is eyeing up one person to eat, I'm pretty low down the rankings.
You're pretty low.
I'm pretty low.
We had a time that it was some like Jackbox game, and we were playing it, and there was a question like that of like, who would you eat? And I remember seeing everybody turn to me because everybody was skinny. Like it was you and our friend Jacob. Yeah, it was like all the people that were way skinnier that I'm like, oh fuck, I'm dead. Like there's no way that I'm making it out of that. But it's also just like I could imagine myself having that like arc of like, we're gung-ho going into war. We're having a good time, gang. And then, like, next scene, I'm like, oh, is it bad? Is it bad, Theo? Like, just, like, dying in your eyes. You're like, you're going to make it, buddy. I'm like, I don't think I'm going to make it. I'm like the ant from Ants that is only a head. How do I look?
My partner definitely also negged me a lot about shaving and does not want me to shave at all. She was like, you were a little chinless boy. You were a little worm. You were nothing. Like Kenneth from 30 Rock. She didn't actually say any of that. But the effect, the implication, the emotional effect was that. Yeah. And I was like, okay, I can never lose facial hair or else consequences. Yeah. Yeah.
Annie has put that to me, but mostly just for comfort that because she also talked about this, how there's an adjustment period to kissing me with a beard because she would break out. But now she's gotten over that. Her face has hardened. To the, but it hasn't hardened. You're
wiping your beard every day with poison ivy grease.
Yeah. Just get her back for the one time. She gave me poison ivy one time. This is going to get her back. But anytime I shave, she's just like, she'll be like, oh, you don't look terrible. It's like the one thing when I did recently. Ooh, not bad. But then once I get any prickles, she's like, nope, can't kiss you. Sorry. So beard only.
It's the way the world works. It's the way the cookie crumbles.
It is. But you know what? Hopefully your next segment features or doesn't feature a lot of beards.
Oh, well, right off the bat, it might. We're going down to the trough, to the slop. You know how it is. We gotta stop it. I start it out every time. I don't think
these PR people, clean faces all around. PR people.
I went over to the takeout looking for content, and those butts did not deliver. So here we are, slop trough.
These butts.
These butts. We're going to just blast through 2 headlines and not get into it before getting to the real meat of the story. Here's the first headline. Tim Hortons partners with Ryan Reynolds to launch exciting new breakfast menu innovation in the U.S. and Canada. This guy, Ryan Reynolds, he's innovating breakfast. It's just a headline. We're just moving on from it.
He's got Mint Mobile. He's a famous actor, famous Canadian. My question is, when are they going to run out of Canadians for Tim Hortons to do collabs with?
Yeah. They're gonna exhaust the well at some point, you'd think, right?
They're gonna get to, because like how many more do they really? Because they have like Celine
how many
Dion,
more
I think
you
is.
Got? I also like this. I also like this
Canadian.
because you're imagining a customer who's like, I don't really feel like breakfast today. But then they see it. Then they see the picture of Ryan Reynolds, and you're like, you know what? I actually could go for some hash browns. I think that actually sounds pretty nice. His handsome
mug looks like it knows what nutrition is all about.
He could probably say something sarcastic about breakfast and make me hungry.
Yeah,
that's his.
Ryan Reynolds is a guy that I don't know if he's nice in real life.
I hope he's nice,
and I hope he's nice, but to a certain extent, because I've heard like weird things about his wife, who's what's this wife's name? It's another famous actress. It's not Jessica Alba. It's some other lady, but she had like questionable things, and she's been in headlines for like being kind of a rude lady,
kind of a rude dude.
So I'm like, I always thought he was nice. I hope he is. I don't know if he actually is in real life.
Well, we're not here to pass judgment. Next headline that we're just going to blast through before we get to the real main course. That was the soup course. Here's the appetizer. This is a little salad. Red Lobster announces winners of National Ocean Sustainability Challenge. And you might think, Theo, that's not that funny. But may I point out to you that Red Lobster would empty the ocean of all sea creatures right now if you gave them the opportunity. So 100%. Pretty fucking rich of them to be like, we're actually the authority on ocean sustainability.
I feel like this is one of those times that it could be a real person, or it could be like, and give it up for coral reefs, everybody.
Hey,
we did it. They're really helping with sustainability.
Really big up on this year.
Plankton, helping a lot of stuff.
Whoa. All right, we've done our appetizers. Now we got to get into the main course, the real deal.
You gotta.
Buckle up, Will. 5-hour energy, energizing hot sauce adds some kick to your Cinco plans.
That's
We're
not a
going
collab
there.
I want. That's too much. That's a hat on the hat, my dude. That's
you think that's a hat on a hat? Interesting.
In multiple ways, because one, they're both in a way energizing. Because when I have hot sauce, it does make me go, ooh, like a little jolt. Where this is 5 hours of jolt, and I don't know if I'd like that. Two, hell on my stomach. Both of these would have
hell all the way through.
Yeah, there's
your body's
no way
like,
this turned out well. For me.
I'm burning up and also extremely energized.
I'm fast. I'm vibrating
fast?
in your stomach right now, and it's
I'm
it's
doubling-
getting the shits out of you real quick.
Your body's like, I'm actually going all in on sweat, I think, today.
I'd be so sweaty.
So
Are you
sweaty.
fucking kidding me? I would be,
All right, here we go. Here's how they open. Hot people like hot food. Don't believe us? It's true. Over half of all spicy food lovers think they're attractive.
This is okay. Those are multiple sentences that don't necessarily correlate. That does imply though that they're like, we went to India, smoking hot people fucking everywhere.
You guys wouldn't
Everybody
believe
was
this.
so hot. It was incredible. We went to South America and our lips were burning and our eyes were burning from how hot everybody was.
And you know what? We actually went to Sweden, and hot take, no lookers there.
No. You know what? Everybody was a little bit ugly because they're not as hot as the food that they eat.
Yeah, Scandinavian women, turns out, overrated.
But then they kind of flip it of like, people who have hot sauce have a high opinion of themselves. They think they're hot.
Think they're attractive. They continue, who are we to argue? So for all of you who love the heat, 5 Hour Energy is bringing you the ultimate sidekick to take your Cinco de Mayo celebration to the next level. 5 Hour Energy, energizing hot sauce. The new hot sauce is part of a fire collab with West Mex legend Taco John's and has a caffeinated mango habanero flavor that's about to make your Cinco plans legendary. Slap it on your eggs, tacos, or just break it out of your bag like a boss, because nothing earns respect like bringing your own hot sauce. I think that if I saw someone bust this out of my bed, I'd be like, you're an absolute insane person.
I mean,
are you going to put that on
sounds
food
nice,
or are you going to swing it? Like, what are you trying to accomplish?
Just pulling out, because I imagine it's in the same bottle as the 5 Hour Energy, which is just like a little tiny bottle.
It is.
And
it's a little.
then they
it's a
pull
little.
it out
Yeah.
and they uncork it and they go, "This is for energy. I don't need the coffee."
I actually don't even really like hot sauce. This is for energy.
You know, I had a tough night last night, so I'm going to need this hot sauce to really balance
To
me
pick
out.
me up. Yeah. Here's the quote. After a huge success last summer's 5 Hour Energy inspired energizing barbecue sauce, we knew we were onto something special, said Leah Key, president and COO of Living Essentials, the makers of 5 Hour Energy. Yes, we go to Will for comment.
I don't know which is more ridiculous, having a barbecue sauce or a hot sauce.
Hot sauce, Will, because
in terms of I could drink more barbecue sauce
exactly
for sure.
right. How potent is this hot sauce? Because I'm not eating very much hot sauce at one given time.
No, that's true. Yeah,
I'm not dousing something in hot sauce. Yeah, if you
you're
just
like,
keep going
I
back,
really
you're
need it.
like I just can't get past that. It's gonna fuck you up. Like, I'm sorry, I'm still caught up on that.
Obliterate me.
Teaming up with Taco John's for this sequel has been an awesome opportunity to connect with our fans in a fresh, exciting way.
I also did mention Taco John's is the whitest fucking name for a taco joint in the world.
I realized
Hi, I'm John Smith. Taco John.
John, not Chaco Juan. No, sir.
No.
No.
Not Taco Jose. No, none of that.
I was doing a voice and realized I wasn't doing Nosferatu and I had that opportunity. So here I go. Continue on the quote. The combo of our bold hot sauce and the limited edition Cinco de Mayo 5 Hour Mango Energy Shot is sure to give spicy lovers the ultimate flavor experience.
I was thinking about going out for Cinco de Mayo. Something about Cinco de Mayo.
I love that. Cinco de Mayo.
Get some tequila.
I am going crazy tonight.
Go crazy style.
While this hot and spicy sauce is packed with flavors that bring heat and energy, it's about so much more than that. About 1 in 4 millennials and Gen Z bring their own hot sauce to restaurants. And luckily for them, the 5 Hour energizing hot sauce is just as portable as our 2 fluid ounces 5 ounce energy shots, making it the perfect on-the-go pairing for any saucy celebration.
pulling a statistic out of their ass, or
buddy, because I think I'm pretty up and up on the hot sauce community. I don't think anybody's doing that. That's crazy. I'm out here making my own hot sauces, and I'm not bringing my own hot sauce to the restaurant because that's an insane thing to do.
Unless you are a member of the U.S. Army and need to like bring that shit on deployment, I don't think people are doing that.
Right. Yeah. Although I will say sometimes, like, you go to a place that you would expect to have hot sauce, and I don't, and it's a pretty disappointing experience. Can't lie.
That's true. That is true.
So I don't know, something about Cinco de Mayo. They say spicy Cinco de Mango. That's nothing.
Cinco de Mango, is that something?
That's nothing. Nah. So you could have gotten this a week ago if you were on the ball, but here we are reporting about it after the fact. So yeah, write in if you are a certified freak.
And you want to make it bounce crazy style.
Certified freak. I am a certified freak.
Well, I hope that your next segment is serving up just as many certified freaks as this one did.
Oh, that is actually a great transition, my friend, because we are getting into some Wikipedia historian, but as we tend to say, this is not from Wikipedia. This is from two websites. This is from CNN and also Business Insider. But recently, in our timeline, I know sometimes we date this podcast by mentioning things, but a new pope has been chosen. Pope Leo the something. I don't know if he has a number, actually.
Big Lee.
Big Chicago boy. He's a Chicago boy.
Oh, he likes that. You know what's in the bottom of the deep dish? Christ. That's right. It was them all along.
I have heard people speculate of why they chose a U.S. one. I am choosing to believe that they just want deep dish in the Vatican.
They were like, all across Italy, we have been searching for the deepest dish, and only the Pope can provide.
Hey, everybody, I'm from Chicago.
Hey,
what's it?
What's up?
Chicago Cubs, am I right? Like, he just starts doing locale. Everybody must wear a Cubs jersey, or else. But I decided to look up some of the worst popes out there.
Oh, the worst popes. There's been a lot of popes, haven't there?
There's been a lot of popes, and some of these boys have been real bad. They've been bad popes. So I'm going to be... I put this into chronological order. So, because both articles didn't, and I don't know why. There's literally no reason for them not to. But we're going to start with Pope Stephen VI, who spoke... Stephen VI did not have a chummy relationship with his predecessor, Pope Formosus, and that's putting it kindly. When Stephen came to power, Formosus had already been dead for months, but his enemy, 6 feet under, was not enough punishment for the new pope. This is the most ridiculous thing, I think.
Bullshit.
Not in history, it is one of the more ridiculous things to read in a history book, though. Like, I don't think it's the craziest thing I've heard. It is one of the crazy, it's pretty crazy. Anyway, he ordered the rotting corpse exhumed, redressed it in papal robes, and placed it on a throne to face trial.
Oh my God. Leave the man alone.
He's dead. He's literally dead. It's safe to say the verdict didn't go Formosus' way. So Stephen commanded his body to be dragged through the streets of Rome and dumped in the Tiber River. Though he won the so-called cadaver trial, Stephen was strangled to death by one of his enemies barely less than a year later, who were friends of Formosus.
Wow.
So they got revenge on him. This is like known as a insane thing a pope did. It's like kind of, and it's one of the earlier ones because this guy served from 896 to 897. So he didn't even last that long. The next one is Pope Sergius III, who served from 904 to 911. As a friend of Pope Stephen VI of cadaver trial fame, it should come as little surprise that Sergius III was also not a great pope. Sergius came to power at a time when several players laid claim to the title. And after declaring a number of his rivals anti-popes, which I gotta love that as a move.
Just anti-pope.
Anti-pope. I wish there's more, like, you know how they do drafting for basketball and other things?
Right.
Anti-candidate. Anti-Knicks. Like, you're not on this. And also just like the thought of like competing popes for like a holy, like, yes, I'm going to bring peace to the land, you motherfuckers. Let me just kill all my competition beforehand. And he had at least one of them killed, speaking of which. He's also said by some to be Father Pope John IX, the product of Sergius's relationship with a Roman socialite named Marozia. Next is Pope John the 12th, who ruled from 955 to 964. He was about only 18 when he became Pope, and history claims that John the 12th ran the church in a way you'd expect from a hormonal teenager with enormous power. From most accounts, it sounds like the papal palace under John the 12th was part raucous frat party, part seedy brothel.
Okay, all right. New vibe in town, all right.
Whichever version you believe, Pope the 12th was definitely not celibate, which is true for a lot of these guys. And legend has it he died of a stroke while doing what he loved with another man's wife.
Wow. He died of a stroke? Wild. Absolutely wild.
The next one is Pope Benedict IX, who ruled from 1032 to 1044, and then later, April to May 1045, and then 1047 to 1048. And this comes into a story.
Huh.
He was described as a demon from hell, and so vile, so foul, so execrable that I shudder to think of it, are just a few of the kind words future saints and other popes have used to describe Pope Benedict IX. This pope had held the position 3 different times and was kind of like a really bad cold that the church couldn't get rid of.
Oh my God.
His first spell as pope ended with him fleeing Rome after a citizens' rebellion erupted after his violent behavior. He then came back into power for a second stint, but sold the papacy to his godfather, who became Pope Gregory VI. This is what he's most famous for, is he... Because he was also placed into the papacy in 1032. Like, his first one was like...
decided to sell it?
Yeah. When he was likely just 12 years old. So he was only really kind of
12
weird.
12 years old? Oh my God. Wow.
Yeah. So he gave it to his... So he sold it, which I think maybe other people sold their papacies, but this guy's the most famous for doing it. But Benedict was still not finished. He returned to Rome years later, reclaimed the throne, and then lost it again after German armies finally chased him out of Rome for good. That guy is pretty bad, but let's get to...
That guy's pretty bad. Got chased out of town, literally. Just get him out of here. Round up the boys, get him out.
A bad guy to a funny name, Pope Boniface? 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 The 8th. Anyway, Boniface. I'm going to just call him that. Ruled from 1294 to 1303. With his my way or the highway approach to the papacy, Pope Boniface the 8th had a knack for starting fights. Among his many enemies was the writer Dante Alighieri, whose criticism of the church led to his exile from Florence, Italy, at the hands of Boniface's cronies, which I think is the Dante from Dante's Inferno. I think I would need to look that up a little bit more, but I think they said that.
How many people in history are named Dante? I mean, come on, gotta be him, right?
Yeah, but his most heated feud was with France's powerful king, Philip IV. In 1302, Boniface, I can't get his name right, issued a papal bull, the church's term for an official proclamation which placed Europe's kings and their armies under his supreme command. Hey, gang, I own it all. Your armies, my armies.
God said it's actually mine. I told Mom, and he said that it's mine, actually.
Many rulers may have claimed bull on this, especially Philip, who ordered Boniface's capture after he caught wind of the Pope's plans to excommunicate him. So he was literally like making a play for France's fucking army. Boniface died soon after, but not before earning himself a permanent spot on the 8th circle of hell in Dante's Inferno.
Woof. Dante. Put him way down there. That's crazy.
He also, his most flagrant offense, the entire city of Palestrina was destroyed on his orders, all because of a personal political feud. So he also did that, and even worse than that even, he said pedophilia was no more problematic than, quote, rubbing one hand against the other. This guy,
man, what?
I think he might be the worst.
Yikes.
He might be the worst.
Jesus Christ.
He just straight up said he and was like, pedophilia, pretty sick, actually. I kind of like it. Like,
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Next is Pope Urban VI, which is a funny name to me. City.
Listen,
my name's City.
I love housing density, all right? It's a great thing. People spreading out, not good.
Get them all tightly packed. But he served from 1378 to 1389. When your tenure tears the church in two, consider your spot on the not a great pope list secured. Pope Urban VI's election in 1378 triggered the Western Schism, also known at the time of when there were 2 and later 3 competing popes claiming the title of church leader a la Game of Thrones. Urban also had no problem using violence to dispatch his enemies, similar to other ones. He called for the brutal killings of cardinals who plotted against him, and legend has it that he even griped that their screams weren't loud enough.
Jesus, what?
Some of these dudes are fucking brutal. We are getting to the end of our list. We only have 2 more to go. But this next one is Pope Alexander VI, who served from 1492 to 1503. To this day, the Borgia name is synonymous with scandal because of this guy's rule, because his original name was Rodrigo Borgia. How many other papal families have a Showtime series named after them? There was controversy from the start with Pope Alexander VI, a wealthy Spaniard who allegedly bought the papacy by bribing his fellow electors. Alexander also saw no problem appointing many of his relatives to positions of power or killing off rival cardinals to claim their valuable property.
What's a little problem with that, huh?
It is. He also had several mistresses and fathered at least 9 illegitimate children, possibly as a result of hosting orgies.
Okay. If you're the host, something's gonna happen. All right, man. Like I don't know what to tell you.
He is also said to have hosted an orgy in 1501 called the Joust of Whores. So that
what? Insane! I need to know what that is immediately.
That will maybe be. I've got to actually write that down as a
what?
As a future segment because we don't have time for it.
Insane name.
Joust of Whores is. One of the articles referred to him as apparently quite the ladies' man, which I don't think. I think the other article goes a little bit harder on him, which I think is more fitting. But this last one is Pope Leo X, which with Roman numerals make him look like Pope Leo the X.
The X. X gonna give it to you.
Elon Musk got to him first. This guy served from 1513 to 1521, a member of Italy's powerful Medici family, so another powerful dude. Pope Leo X had a taste for the finer things in life. He funded some of the Renaissance's most famous artwork, but his big spending drove the church's finances deep in the red. Now the question is, what was he commissioning? One of which was the building of St. Peter's Basilica, this is one of those where you're like, okay, that's good though, but it's not good that you're
that could be good.
That could be good. It could be, maybe not. To help balance the books, he relied heavily on the sale of indulgences. Do you know what indulgences are?
Like sweets? What are we talking about?
I mean,
it's so indulgent. Chocolate cake.
It is literally bribing your way out of sins. Is forking over money.
Prepay? Can you get a punch card? It's like a pay-per-sin system.
And sometimes it'll come with like, oh, here's some bone dust from a saint or some shit. Like sometimes they'll similar to like whenever people try to sell illegal things and it's like, well, you could buy this $5 poster or something and I'll give you a bunch of weed, like as a gift, I think it's kind of that, but he also just, you could just actively be like, hey,
Father, I sinned again.
I'm good, right? Like
I'm good, right?
To get a dead relative out, and this is you could also get a dead relative out of purgatory, so you could also do it for other people. This is whenever you read about this stuff, I'm always like, this sounds so made up. Like doing this kind of shit, it feels like playground talk of like, okay, well, I have a protective field, and if I say that you're good, you're a good guy, and if you're bad, you're a bad guy. Like
I'm the one who decides. It's my Nintendo.
This guy also caused a big schism because you might remember from history class that this pay-for-penance scheme angered many, including Martin Luther, whose 95 Theses sparked the Protestant Reformation and tore apart the Catholic Church.
Yeah.
So this is another guy.
A few words for him.
Yeah. But he basically brought the church bankrupt. But you know what? The church is fine now. It's got a nice Chicago guy that is...
it's fine? You're going to put your name on that? You're going to sign your name on that?
No, you know what?
maybe not.
I have heard that another reason why they got an American Pope, going back to like the new modern Pope, is because they're trying to get more Americans into the Catholic Church because they have a higher return on investment than like people for example, in Brazil, where I think the old Pope was from, or the recently passed Pope, I should say. But
I think the last one was from Argentina.
Was it Argentina? I'm a fool. But yeah, I mean, the theory still stands that they can Americans bring in more money to the church is the idea.
We'll see about that.
We'll see. And we'll also see about your next segment.
My next segment, we're going down a little spicy Reddit drama deep dive. I like a little, I love the gossip when it's not about anybody you know.
It's not us.
I mean, it's the juiciest gossip. Come on.
Isn't that the best kind of gossip when it's like, you're just going to tell me juicy details and I don't have to feel bad?
Don't have to feel bad. This one is originally from r/relationships, and I like this write-up that they've done here because they put a mood spoiler warning on it. And if you click on it, it reveals what the mood is of this. And I clicked on it, and the mood spoiler warning is just baffling. This one's just baffling. We're baffled.
That is really funny. I'm just like, you know what? We'll give you an indication what it is. We don't know. That's the indication. You reveal a little note of like, I don't know.
All right. Here's the title is My 22 female, so poster is 22 female, boyfriend, 22 male, keeps letting his friend, a 24 male, come on our dates.
Okay. This is, a lot of these, as I've gotten older and look at these types of subreddits, there are a lot of young people who are making
a lot of people just making
mistakes.
Immature mistakes. They don't know what's going on in the world. Yes. Now as elder 20s, we have a statesman of...
Speak for yourself, I'm a 30-year-old.
Oh my, I know nothing in comparison.
Child.
Okay, here's the post. Okay, how we got into this predicament in the first place is that my boyfriend is really just likes his friend Liam, and he's like a brother to him. He saved his life once, etc. But he's on all our dates. I even brought one of my single friends on a date so we could double, and Liam and her don't date, so that failed. they don't date, so they failed. I've honestly asked my boyfriend why Liam is on our dates, and he says that Liam is lonely, has no one else, and he has no siblings or girlfriend. But then my boyfriend kind of guilts me because Liam is... Sorry, this is a weird sentence. I'm going to do it again. But then my boyfriend kind of guilts me. I know this sounds awful. Liam is the fucking package for guilt. His mom died when he was young, and his dad and him don't talk anymore, so Liam just doesn't have anyone else to talk to. So he's by himself, Liam by himself. I honestly think my boyfriend is guilt-tripping me, and I don't think I can do this relationship anymore. If nothing changes, I'm leaving. This has gone on for 3 months. Like, sure, I feel bad for Liam, but I don't really know him, and it's not really my problem. It's also not just our dates. Movie nights, he's there. Going to the mall, he's there. Yeah. So TLDR, my boyfriend keeps bringing his friend on all our dates and basically guilt trips me into not kicking his friend out. Also, I know that sounds made up. I still can't believe it, but it is very much real. And I basically just need validation that it is okay to break up with my boyfriend over this.
Yeah, I actually respect that she came out and said the thing explicitly of like, I'm trying to figure out if I should break up my boyfriend based on people saying stuff. Which, to be fair, I think this is a message a lot of young people need to hear is you don't need a reason to break up with somebody. You don't need to like, it's not like a job.
Your life. It is your life.
Even when you do leave a job, you don't need a reason. You just go, hey, I'm going on to a different opportunity.
I mean, it depends. If you genuinely care about somebody, you probably should do them the respect of telling them why. Like, you shouldn't just leave. It's like human to human connection. And this is very
obvious.
Right. But if your boyfriend is unwilling to resolve this situation that is clearly bothering you, then yeah, there's nothing to feel bad about here. This does strike me as these people are 22. They don't know what the rules are around dating and social interaction and hurting people's. There's so much emotion wrapped up in every little micro interaction and everything,
Even just asking the question, because I've seen this multiple. Am I being ridiculous? This guy keeps putting his blood on my door. Is that bad?
Am I overreacting?
Yeah, dude, no, you're not overreacting.
I got stabbed. Am I overreacting?
It's kind of going with your previous point. It's not necessarily I don't think the breaking up point is the fact that the guy is necessarily going on the dates. It's the fact that you're like your significant other is downplaying your emotions and kind of negating them.
Would you agree with the sentiment that this is a bit baffling?
This is baffling. This is baffling. It's in terms of the friend, or like, the boyfriend, I should say. Yeah. Because the friend, I feel like, is just kind of along for the ride.
Yeah, because he's made out to be just a lonely guy who like doesn't have any other social connections. I would encourage Liam, the friend, to go make some other friends. I would feel awkward if I was just third wheeling
only friend
all the time over and over. Just I would be like, all right, I got to go figure this out and stop.
I saw a Reddit thing that was like, it was in like r/ confessions or some other thing that was like, but it was talking about neurodivergent people. And it's like the common thought of like, you thought somebody was your best friend. And then to them, you're just kind of like a mild acquaintance of like, sometimes relationships will like, kind of work at that where it's, but this also reminds me of, Annie and I were watching Singing in the Rain. Cause we're just like we're watching some musicals or whatever. And that has a plot where there's a main guy and he has like a love interest. And then there's the friend who is also there. And I was like, this is do people ever write fan fiction about those two guys getting together? And she's like, oh, yeah, all the time. And I'm like, what is their relationship like? And she described it as, they're not banging, but he would have a room in the house. And that's what this kind of sounds like. But that described the scenario so roommate. Quickly. Yeah. But it was like, but he's also just there constantly. Like all in the movie, he's just there. And you're like, why? Like, get out of here, dude. Like, because when you're in a relationship, you want to hang out with that person. You don't want to hang out with them and this other guy.
Here's an update. Here's an edit, rather. And here's an edit. Here's an edit. I called my soon-to-be ex-boyfriend to meet up, and I'm going to break up with him. I'm going to tell him the exact reason, honestly. I swear if Liam is there, though, like, I'm not considering the possibility of not breaking up with him. It's not even just because of Liam. It's that he manipulated me into letting Liam come. So
there we go. There it is.
So here we go. Update. Update.
Hey, guess what? I think they're broken up.
I broke up with my ex. I'm going to call him Xavier. I went to where we agreed to meet up, and guess who he brought with him? You guessed it, Liam. I was very annoyed at this point, and I told him I wanted to speak to him privately, and he brings fucking Liam. It's very uncomfortable to break up with somebody in front of their best friend, but I was too pissed, and I told him, I said I wanted to speak to you privately, and he said, say it in front of Liam. Eventually, I just get annoyed, and I say, that's it. I don't want Liam here all the time in our private life, on dates everywhere. He basically said, remember what I told you about Liam's circumstances, blah, blah, blah. I said something like, I'm sorry, but I don't give a fuck about what Liam's going through right now. This is about me breaking up with you. Meanwhile, Liam is standing there looking confused. I'll get back to this later. So we basically get into a fight in this park, and it gets to the point where I tell him that he manipulates me into not kicking Liam out of our dates, and about everything he told me Liam went through, like he's a brother to Xavier, he saved Xavier's life, dead mom, dad absent, no siblings, friends, or girlfriend.
I feel like there's going to be a plot twist where really it's been the boyfriend who's been really into Liam.
And then Xavier looks like he got caught or something, and Liam gets very angry and says, what did you tell her? This is all really funny and really awful at the same time. It turns out none of what Xavier told me was true. Liam has a fiance, has a real brother and sister, and his mom isn't dead. So anyway, definitely broke up with Xavier. 40 minutes later, Liam DMs me basically saying that Xavier told Liam I wasn't comfortable being alone with Xavier and that he thought I wanted him to be on the dates.
Oh my God.
Sir, what?
Okay, he said the reason why on his point.
He said the reason why he agreed is because his fiance is living in Europe to finish up her study abroad program, and he has nothing better to do. So Xavier just is flat out a liar. Glad I broke up with him. Mad I got lied to, but oh well. This was honestly not a turn of events I was expecting, and I have to get it out somewhere. Insane behavior.
I thought for a moment they were going to be in a relationship. Liam and Xavier.
What's the goal of the boyfriend in this situation? Is it that he...
That's the most baffling part. Is
because it's like he clearly wants to hang out with this poster, the girl, but doesn't want to hang out one-on-one. But also like he could just hang out with his other friend without her. Like it's a confusing dynamic, right?
Yeah, because she also didn't indicate like, okay, we get to the end of the date. Liam leaves.
Goodbye, Liam. Now we have our private time.
Do whatever.
Yeah,
right. Where he would get the both of, because that's the only way I could see it, of him trying to get the best of both worlds, of like he doesn't like talking to her or something. Like he gets awkward on one-on-one conversations with her.
He wants to have a date with his
friend.
He wants to have a date with his boy and then hook up with a girl, is what you're basically implying.
That's the only thing I could think of. Like
it's crazy because she is describing him as her boyfriend. He's already gotten the girl.
Yeah.
like it's insane. And if he wanted time with his friend, he could just schedule that separately. It's not a problem.
This is the equivalent of like you or I bringing the other one on a date with her.
To what end? To like be like, why am I here?
there are some scenarios where it's like, yeah, it's good. Every fucking time,
crazy.
Every date,
crazy.
Yeah, this guy's crazy.
So is it possible that the boyfriend is actually in love with his best friend? That's the other angle here, is he wants to be dating him. But like but his friend also has a fiance. Like, he's not on the market.
That's the more fun version. That's the rom-com version.
Yeah.
I think he's just a weird guy. Like because sometimes like we encountered people like this in college where you're just like, what the fuck were you thinking? They tell you a story and you're like, yeah, what you were doing?
You were just doing stuff, huh? Why?
Sometimes
very confusing. Very, very, very confusing.
In my 10 year of life, I've figured out that people are confusing. It's like people just have some gray matter in their brain that just jumps and kicks every once in a while that makes them do fucking nuts stuff.
Crazy. All right, well, we got one more for you today.
Love it.
This one comes from Am I the Butt Face, which is an offshoot of Am I the Asshole. I guess it's just a milder version. Am I the Butthole? So it's entitled, Am I the Butthole for not letting my boyfriend be the hero while we were getting mugged at knife point?
Be the hero. Okay. I can kind
of see where wants to be a hero.
Yeah.
Poster said, not so fast, buddy boy. So the original post was from March 15th, 2020. So put your mind in beginning of COVID times. That's where we are in
going
time
back.
Oh, fuck. The good old days. Oh no! The stock market is crashing. Oh shit! My boyfriend is a big hero fanatic and does everything in his power to be like one. It's really endearing, and it's one of the many things I love about him because he wants to be good. He wants to be the good he sees in the world. But this mindset he has is why we are fighting right now. We've been quarantining in my apartment. He's not on the lease. And he suggested we go on a night walk since we've been getting stir crazy from being inside all day. He figured that it'd be better for social distancing to go out at night. I was hesitant because we live in a bad neighborhood, but he assured me he'd protect me. On our walk, we were cornered by a man with a knife and demanded our wallets. Scary as shit.
Classic.
All right.
Yeah, that's scary as shit.
I remembered John Mulaney's Street Smarts bit from the Netflix show and was going to throw my wallet past the mugger so we could run away, but my boyfriend started arguing with him and he was spouting off a bunch of stuff about justice and how about the mugger wouldn't get away with this.
Oh my God. Okay.
And it looked like he was getting ready to fight. Yeah. It's not good. I was taken aback by this and suggested the mugger was too, because he gave me enough time to take the important stuff out of my wallet while he was distracted. I interrupted my boyfriend's monologue and said, "Take it, just don't hurt us," and threw it behind the guy. When he turned, I grabbed my boyfriend's hand and we booked it back to the apartment. We got home safely and I was relieved that we were okay, but my boyfriend was fuming. He was pissed that I interrupted him from protecting me while he could have, in his word, clearly handled it himself. I told him he could have gotten himself killed. He said that he was obviously stronger and that the mugger wouldn't have won. I explained to him that the guy had a weapon and that my boyfriend didn't, so the odds were stacked against him. Not only that, but I didn't want my boyfriend to get killed over some damn wallet. All so valid.
Very good. Yeah, those are good points. This is
the next day
he was so smart. Anyway,
the next day he was still angry and had already told his friends and family about what had happened to us. I thought that they would be understanding about how I handled it, but they were mad at me for not letting him have the opportunity to be a hero. His mom even ridiculed me for emasculating him. Okay, you don't want to be a part of this family.
Yeah, this is a whole family thing I could see.
Yeah. I want to reopen the conversation so we can understand each other and move past it, but if he isn't receptive, I'm going to ask him to move back in with his mom. I want to understand where I went wrong and if I went wrong, but honestly, I feel like he's being childish and unreasonable. I just want to know, am I the butthole or is he?
This is interesting because I thought once you like said the title, I thought I was gonna come in with a thing of it's sometimes hard as a man to thread the needle, because I've heard stories of men not reacting, and then their ladies are mad at them of like, why didn't you protect me? Why didn't you do X, Y, Z? Where this, and then I thought
this guy started mouthing off to a guy with a knife. That's insane.
But this is not threading the needle. This is
this is missing the needle.
Justice will destroy you, villain. Like, he has a knife. Like, I'm more with her in terms of like, do it smart, do it reasonably. This guy was trying to get, because it's to a certain extent though, I gotta say, I do relate to him on a certain level, because I think there's a thing that men fantasize about, which is like, I'm going to be hero. I've thought about like, there's an active shooter event. I come in, punch the gun out of his hand, punch him. You know, it's not going to happen like that in real life.
It's not going to happen like that.
I have enough logic that I go, no, that's not going to happen. This is a hero fantasy. It's a fantasy, you know? But for him to actually be in the scenario,
yeah, insane.
Like, that's me in my fantasy. In reality, I would be like, just take my wallet. Like, I would just throw it out. I'd be like,
yeah, you should like your should like your life enough to not throw it away over some stupid wallet. Just give it, just fucking. I like the strat of throw it behind the mugger. That's great. That's a great strat. John Mulaney actually did something great.
Because I've never been mugged, but I have thought about like, okay, what do I do? Because I'm not worried about money. I'm not worried about credit cards. The thing I'm kind of worried about is my driver's license, because I don't want to get another one.
It's a pain in the ass. I just got the real ID. Just let me have it, please.
and I like hope that the mugger would be nice enough to like open up my wallet, give me the stuff back of like, here you go. I just need the cash.
I don't need this cash and the credit cards, baby. I'm gonna lock them the moment you walk away, but it's fine.
Yeah, it's like whatever. If they steal money from a credit card company, who gives a shit? I just lock it and I say it's like, but yeah, this guy's insane.
All right, here's the update. We got an update next day update. So he called me last night and I answered. He asked if I was okay and how I was doing. Then he asked if he could come over, and I said he could. I planned on bringing everything up again myself, because he had been very passive aggressive and refusing to talk about it. But when he showed up, he immediately started apologizing. Everything the comments pointed out, he started agreeing with. He was saying that he was being delusional, unrealistic, the whole hero fantasy isn't healthy, and he jeopardized my safety, and that wasn't okay, etc.
Yes.
I wasn't prepared for this behavior, especially compared to how he had been acting all week. We talked for hours before we went to bed together, and everything seemed like it worked out fine. I was really on the verge of ending things, so it was a relief, and I didn't have to in that moment. Then this morning came and shit hit the fan.
There we go.
Oh no, I was gonna say, good. Why are you updating us if everything's peachy? Like,
yeah, exactly. I mean, it would be a nice update, but yeah, that's not how Reddit works. That's
not how it works.
The family still had a bad reaction, and that's where my mind would be like, oh, there's something there.
In my comment update on the last post, I mentioned that a friend was trying to mediate. I texted that friend that things worked out, and they said something along the lines of, "I'm so glad you were able to apologize."
Huh? Okay.
Some people mentioned that maybe he told a different story, which isn't something I looked into. But I decided to ask, and hoo boy, I'm glad I did. Firstly, he told everyone that the night walk was my idea. Then apparently we were never mugged. Nope. Apparently I just started talking shit to a stranger on the street in an attempt to make him show me he was a strong man and protect me. And the only reason we were able to get away was because he de-escalated the situation, and that it was emasculating because he was put in a position where he felt he was forced to fight for my honor.
Okay, that's not how that works. Also, that's also like the exact opposite of being emasculated. In that, you're too manly. Oh, if only you'll protect me. Oh, you know what, babe? You're emasculating me right now in front of this bugger.
This is ridiculous in front of this bugger. To make a long story short, he tried to play dumb and backpedal this morning when I confronted him about it. And then when I pressed him to be honest, he snapped again and said, "What was I supposed to say? The whole situation was embarrassing, and it was going to make me look bad." We argued again for a bit, but I was just done. I told him to go and that it wasn't going to work. He didn't have much. He didn't have much stuff, so it was easy to put in a spare grocery bag and just toss it at him while he angrily left.
Grocery bag.
Wow. Paper, plastic. Now get out.
I don't think they're that far in the relationship. Honestly, there's probably his toothbrush. He only has deodorant there.
Wow. He's currently outside of my complex waiting for mommy to come pick him up. As far as I'm concerned, I dodged a bullet. Fuck his friends, fuck his mom, and fuck him. Thank you for opening my eyes, Reddit. Well done. Well done.
And you know what?
Justice wouldn't let him get away with this.
Absolutely not. I don't think so, mugger. What a weenie. I hate dudes like that.
Absolute weenie pants.
You know what? There are times that I go on the internet and people are really bashing men, and I go, I'm a man. And I like being a man. This is attacking me. And then I'll hear stories like that. And I'm like, nope, those stories about this guy.
Fuck this guy.
What the fuck is this guy thinking? Yeah.
It's the weirdest gaslighting where it's like, dude, you're going to get found out immediately.
I always think about that too. I had parents that would catch me on everything. So I'm very like paranoid about this stuff. But this guy's just lying out of his teeth to everybody.
Because it's going to look embarrassing for me. Like, dude, you got mugged. There's nothing embarrassing about that.
No, it's
somebody violated your sense of safety. There's nothing embarrassing about that.
And you're mad that you didn't get to punch him in the face.
Meanwhile, you were going to get cut up. There was no scenario in which you did not leave that with a knife wound.
Oh, absolutely. There's no knife fight that you don't like. That's what I've heard about from people who get into knife fights that you're gonna get cut. So yeah, fuck this guy. But it's crazy to me that he like agreed in that moment. I guess to placate her. Like,
right, he wanted to move. He realized he had fucked up and he wanted to get back to normal.
Yeah, but like even, I guess it's like knowing you fucked up on that long of a time scale is insane to me. Because I feel like I'm so quick on the turnaround. It almost confuses people when I go.
You're like, nope, I shouldn't have said that.
I've done that literally in the same sentence where I've been like, actually, no, I'm wrong. Like, no, I'm wrong. sorry about that.
Disregard.
What? Yeah, those are good ones though. Those are crazy ones. I don't know if they were necessarily true. The second one sounded a tiny bit more fake than the first one.
Well, the first one was not very well written, so it makes me believe it a little bit more.
Yeah, that's an aspect of that. But hopefully, my next segment's we're gonna blast through my next segment. Actually,
all right, we're gonna blast it.
We only had a few minutes left of this podcast, but I wanted to say how to pass time in church, because this is a very church-based
Pope-themed episode.
Really
this article is exactly for the Pope. He realizes he's gonna have to spend a lot of time at church now. Sorry, buddy. No more Chicago dogs.
This one I looked up on, I was like, is there any like church-based ones? And this one made me laugh. Do you have difficulty sitting still in church? Do you want to listen but have trouble concentrating on the sermon? Here are a few tips to help you pass the time constructively without disturbing your fellow parishioners. So, 1, read your Bible. Get that little book out. Oh, you start reading the Old Testament.
Gosh.
You go.
You're like, thinking, I'm so bored of Jesus. What can I do to pass the time?
More Jesus. Let's get some more Jesus in my eyes. Number 2, observe your pewmates. So do a little people watching. Who's here today? Is Janet here?
That is honestly, that is some good looking. Some people have crazy hats.
That's some church-based, good, wholesome fun. This next one, I'm gonna a little bit weirder. Sketch, draw pictures. Maybe you could just draw. I feel like my parents would not accept that. Like church to me was a very like formal kind of like where you can't really do much.
And you're not. My parents were not letting me bring the Bionicle into the Lord's house. That wasn't really happening.
But could you imagine just like and you're like,
you were like
over the top of the pew
with the arms?
Fuck yeah, dude!
Fuck yeah, dude!
Come on, help Jesus kill the Romans. There,
the Toanuva and the disciples are going on an adventure.
I'm just imagining. Yes, me and my 12 disciples, and also all the members.
Also the Bionicles.
It's all the different colors. I've had it with the volcanoes.
How sick would that be if the 12 disciples were all different Bionicles? That would be sick as fuck.
You know what? I'd get really into the Bible if they're all Bionicles.
I found this one underwater. It was using its weapons as flippers, and that was cool as shit. I said, "Come on, join the crew."
You know, the Lord's Bionicles are really kicking ass today. They're bicycles.
They're gearing up for their big fight with the devil and all his Bionicles.
Just Bionicles already look kind of evil, so
they do with their masks.
Yeah. I love them though. Now I want a Bionicle. I wish I could fidget with one right now. But number 4 is something I kind of think that my parents would, if they saw me doing, they would either be like, "This boy is going places," or, "You know what? He's a nerd to the core." Number 4, write an outline of the sermon. So you
write an outline?
Yeah, you go, "You know what? He was pretty tight on the timing of his story, you know, and the personal story, pretty nice."
We got ChatGPT to do this for us now. We don't have to do that anymore.
Yeah. Number 5, make a tally of how many times the pastor uses a specific word such as God or salvation or Lord during the sermon.
Make a tally of how many times the old lady in front of you passes gas. That should really get the numbers up.
They also have the classic WikiHow pictures, and this one does look like a scoreboard of God
4, salvation 3. Sorry, salvation.
Fuck you. Number 6, take small, quiet craft projects to complete during church. I think this is what... Yeah, they're like ribbon bookmarks, jute jewelry. What is jute jewelry? Jute. Jewelry.
Presumably they wouldn't want Jew jewelry.
No, in the house of the Lord, no.
Probably not.
Or origami. I feel like Annie would knit in church, and I feel like that would
be a nice... That's an old lady approved activity.
100%. Number 7, take a Bible felt set with you to church. Sit next to a small child. Bad start.
Hey kids, I heard you like Fortnite. What about a Bible felt kit?
You know what? I actually drew the banana guy in the felt. Do you like that? Is that something?
V-Bucks for the Virgin Mary? Bucks for her? Sure thing.
But they don't say what the Bible felt set is, because they just say you can use the excuse of amusing the child, keeping the child quiet, to play with the child, and in the felt set. Okay.
So basically they're saying con the child into thinking that the toy is for them, but really it's for you.
Now, these next ones are not necessarily how to save yourself from boredom, but just kind of what people do when they're bored. Number 8, look out the windows and count birds, leaves, clouds, etc.
Yeah, that's what parents always tell you to do.
Oh, by the way, there's no like extra segments to these. These are just the titles. I'm not skipping stuff. Number 9, write notes to your friend or text a buddy. Number 10, pay attention. How do you save yourself from paying attention? Pay attention.
Pay attention. Pay attention. You're going to be tested on this later.
Number 11, sit with your friends even if you're older or a teen. Number 12, research what it's like to live in another country as a Christian. How is it in the Philippines? As a Christian?
What's it like over there if I'm still part of the Lord's flock?
Yeah, and then this one is what I think the priest wants. Number 13, think of something that you can relate to in the lesson. Yep, that's what they want from you. And then the community Q&A is really funny to me, and we'll end on that before getting to our outro. Is it inappropriate to wear a dress with sequins on it to church?
Jesus hates sequins. The Holy Spirit hates that.
Literally nothing to do. I guess you could count the sequins is maybe the connection to have not to be.
You know who loves sequins? Me.
You know what's great is you could see what it bounces.
No, not now, Lord.
Star. Fuck the Lord.
No,
I renounced him decades ago. Number 2, can I eat in church? It depends on the rules of your local church.
That's a little body of Christ, blood of Christ little situation. Sure can.
Yep. And what if I can't bring anything to church? Listen to the sermon or liturgy and try your best to apply it to your life. Let God speak to you.
This is not helpful.
That's not helpful. But you know what? The podcast, I hope, has been helpful for somebody. Because we're at the end of it, baby. It's the end of the podcast. And we want to thank all of you for listening to it. And remember, if you have any segments that you want to send to us, send it to segmentcitypodcast@gmail.com. Hit up our YouTube for full episodes. Hit up my YouTube, Golly G. Wilkers, for a bunch of video essays on movies, games, and history. And give us some star ratings and reviews. We'd love to see them, and it helps us improve the podcast. But we also need to give a big thank you to somebody in particular.
That'll be to Rachel Robinson. She has music around the globe, but more importantly, she does the intro music for our podcast. That's really the most important thing. And some say that she brought her whole collection of Toa Nuva to the Lord's house. And you know what? Nobody said anything. They were too intimidated.
She had all the little carrying cases. All the little pieces there that
all
come
the
in
little
that
tubes, the canisters.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Love 'em.
Exactly. Opens her trench coat and there's just all the bionicle canisters.
Oh my god,
that would be cool as hell. That would blow my mind.
All the LDS kids who are all just like, whoa, I've never seen anything exciting in my life.
Whoa, colors. Whoa.
Crazy. We don't have those in Utah. But now we're going to end with iwaspoisoned.com, and I got 2 quick ones for you. I eat at Panda Express in Hawaii Kai on May 3rd. I suffered a severe case of food poisoning for 4 days. I became dehydrated and fainted while getting up from the toilet.
No.
I fell, hit my head, sprained my ankle, and had to go to the emergency room. The worst thing could have
How
gone.
did you sprain your ankle? How did you sprain your ankle?
That was the part that I also was like, okay, let's go to the podcast.
I tore my ACL and threw out my back all at the same moment.
I imagine that he was hunched over the toilet, got up, got lightheaded, and went, whoa.
Whoa. Oh, no.
And this next one is from... in Missouri, from Moscow Mills in Subway. I had a BLT, no bready bowl. Tomatoes tasted horrible. I am hurting so bad in my abdomen.
Oh my
so
god.
bad. All caps.
Tomato was terrible.
I had a BLT, no bready bowl. 0 bready in this bowl. It was just a regular bowl.
Oh my god.
And you know what? That's where we're going to leave it.
That's it. That's it. You can't get better than that.